Hey guys, it's Tom. I'm just here bringing you guys the first off-season episode of our next episode in our Colorado Rockies franchise mode, and I've basically spent about 2 hours looking for trades and trying to improve the team as best as I can without going to the next day and be able to shop players around. So I will show you the transactions that I have made, and we'll go through them. So we'll start off with the first one with the Detroit Tigers. So we traded Wes Rogers and Ty Kluber for Tyler Thornburg as well as Luis B. Garcia. So Luis B. Garcia looks like he's going to be a pretty good shortstop prospect, as well as Tyler Thornburg, who it looks like he'll be a pretty good reliever. Because he did start last year and had a 3.23 ERA, so hopefully that just continues to do well. And we were trading Wes Rogers, who wasn't going to get very much playing time, as well as Ty Kluber. We also, we also did a trade for some Kansas City Royals. So we got Kyle Zimmer and Salvador Perez for Brian Brown, Dominique Key, Jeff Hoffman, Tony Walters, and Lorenzo Ozuna. So basically, I wanted to improve in positions that I think I need power. So basically, I wanted a power first baseman, third baseman, catcher, and ideally left fielder. And hopefully right fielder as well. So basically, I have 5 power positions, and 4 or 5 power positions, and then 3 or 4 contact positions. And we traded away Jeff Hoffman, who looks like he might end to do something decent, but unfortunately just getting not developing fast enough for him to be able to break the starting rotation this year or next year. And I think our starting pitching options are a little bit better than Jeff Hoffman, unfortunately. I love Jeff Hoffman in real life, and in another save it might have been different, but unfortunately in this one looks like he's not going to pan out. But Tony Walters, since we were trading for Salvador Perez, we did trade Tony Walters there. Lorenzo Ozuna, Dominique Key, and Brian Brown, both 3 pitching prospects that really didn't look like going to turn out to do very much. And we also did bring in Kyle Zimmer, so that was kind of replacing the Jeff Hoffman. So basically it was Jeff Hoffman for Kyle Zimmer, and then Salvador Perez for Walters, and 3 no-name starting pitching prospects that hopefully won't turn out to be very much. So hopefully it's a good trade in our end. Our next one is going to be Jay Bruce and Don Nunez for Addison Reed. Jay Bruce is coming off of a very tough year, and it looks like he might start regressing very soon. So I wanted to get him off the books as well as try to get something out of him before he becomes total crap. And Addison Reed, 29-year-old reliever, very good stuff. So we went out and got him. He actually just got traded previously to the Yankees from the Rays. So that was a decent trade. And then our last trade that we just did, we did bring in a better shortstop. I did, as much as I love Justin Profar, I wanted to trade him to get a better kind of like an all-star caliber shortstop. And we brought in Franklin Barreto, long day. But he knocked in 14 home runs last season, 132 hits, batted .267. Looks like he's going to be very quick and a very good shortstop defensively. And it looks like he's going to be able to hit homers, but as well get extra base hits and whatnot with 29 doubles and 6 triples last year. So I feel like we did some good trading. Obviously, I do want to trade some more. We do have an excess of... basically, right now, as the team stands, Giolito, Matt Gray, Chad Wood, and Kyle Zimmer, with people like Yona in the bullpen as well as Brett Anderson. I might look to trade Brett Anderson just because he does have Brett Anderson and Kenta, just because they are good enough to be starters. We just need to find them right homes. Maybe keep one of them just in case one of these starters goes down, because that is kind of inevitable. And our starting lineup looks, I think, a lot stronger with Barreto starting shortstop, Tapia, Arenado, Hideshi, Profar being moved over to second base. I was looking for a second base improvement, but I think I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow to try to get Dilson Herrera and maybe package a deal with Ben Paulson in it to trade for a second base upgrade, just because Forrest Wall, I don't know, Forrest Wall is going to be a good second baseman, so he might be able to fit the bill if he develops before the beginning of the season a little bit more. Then we also have Gallo, Buxton, and Perez. So I think we have a pretty good lineup top to bottom. I'm very happy with it. Looking at their averages, I'm excited about it. It should be good. These are only regular season. There we go. With Hadishi, Profarno, Tapia, Barreto, and Salvador Perez all kind of being in the upper tier, and Salvador Perez hitting 19 bobs, and I think we had where's Walters? Walters only hit 4 home runs, so I think improving in that position and getting a little bit more depth. But we did trade, obviously Walters as well as Hoffman, who's the number 22 prospect, for Kyle Zimmer. And I guess we can go through these picks, these trades. This probably would have been a better view to see him. Getting Garcia for Wes Rogers, and who's the 134th best prospect. The Reed for Bruce and Nunez, and then Barreto trading basically some decent prospect. This was probably like the trade that hurt the most, with all of the assets that I did trade away, because Hawkins, Dawson, Shannon, as well as Rocker all look fairly decent. So this might be the trade that bites me in the butt, but they were rebuilding, so I think it was a decent trade to go after. And there's all of our trades to see, but let's go into the free agency. I think we have $60 million. And I kind of looked for trades that weren't going to be solved in the free agency. Now, I haven't really looked around free agency too much. I just looked at like the big positions in the outfield as well as starting pitching, and I really feel like Jose Altuve would not be a bad addition. Cespedes, Jose Bautista, Pollock. Maybe go get Melvin Upton Jr. or Andrew McCutchen even. Probably Melvin, just because looks like he might be a little bit better. So we will offer a contract to Melvin. He is 34, so I really 1-year deal would probably be the best for him. And let's look at the infielders, see what we can kind of get here. Salazar, we don't need a first base prospect or first baseman, so we aren't going to go after him. Jose Altuve is a very tempting option, and so I might go after Jose Altuve and then try to just fill up the rest of the roster with pretty decent players. Now let's look at all of the pitchers that we can go after. Now I really think that relief pitching is going to be a little bit more important to me, so maybe a Carter Capps wouldn't be too bad. I don't really want to get too big of a contract. If it was like a $10 million, I probably would have went after maybe a $13 million, like a Dave Robertson. But Carter Capps is 28 years old, not coming off the greatest year, so that's probably why his price tag is a little bit less. But we will submit a contract to him as well, and we still have $42 million. We could go after Jose Fernandez, but I don't know if that's the right choice. Maybe a player. I don't know, I'll have to go look at the starters to see. I kind of just want to get one just in case. And if we're looking decent in the middle of the season, I think we could package him with some prospects and maybe improve. But basically, I just didn't want to have another season like we did last year. We really should have won that 3-1 series against LA. So I kind of was trying to improve in positions that were good but not great. So let's go look at just starters, and then we'll go look at our bullpen. Let's see. Patrick Corbin wouldn't be bad, but with the amount of money that he wants, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Randall Delgado is an interesting pick, as well as Garrett Richardson, but Garrett Richardson wants quite a bit of money. Cole Hamels wouldn't be bad for just a season. How did he turn on? He had a pretty rough season last year. Delgado out of 4 ERA, so it wasn't great, but wasn't terrible. Jose Fernandez coming off a bad year, and he still wants $38 million. That's very interesting. Corbin coming off a pretty great year. Lincecum out for 10 months. I always can go get Danny Duffy. So I'm thinking maybe a Josh Johnson wouldn't be bad, but I think probably a Drew Smiley. Do you go after Drew Smiley or Randall Delgado is the real question. Pretty well developed 4 pitches. Both of them, I mean, pretty much identical. Let's look at scouting reports. Probably number 3 or 4 starter, a useful pitcher. If future age, you're not going to win much. And for Delgado, is a decent pitcher. You can put him in the bottom half of your rotation and be reasonably happy. If he's lucky, he might even surprise you. Has good repertoire of pitches. He cracks some Ks when he's on. That's really what I want to see. Need someone diet up a notch. I've been a couple of. He gets a fair share. So I think I'm going to go after Randall, sorry. That seems like the better pitcher. A little bit younger, a little bit more money, but I think adding him to our rotation would be a decent. We are only going to go for a 3-year contract, hopefully, just in case I do want to trade him. All right, so now we still have $33 million. We can go after Jose Altuve. We don't get Jose Reyes. He's only asking for $1 million now. Jose Altuve, we are going to offer you a contract, 28 years. That'll make him 35. Let's do a 5-year deal. And let's do team option and no player opt-out. Hopefully we get him with that. And still $22 million to work with, so we still can go bring in some players with our remaining free agent budget. But I think we're going to go with these 4. Let's actually go check our bullpen real quick. We still got some time. Let's just actually go here and... So, looks like Dunn, Rondon, Thorberg, Boxberger, maybe just 1 or 2. Like I said, I do want to shop Kenta tomorrow, so we can't do it today. Obviously in the game, we're going to do it this episode, hopefully. Maybe just 1 really solid reliever. Andrew Miller, he just won reliever of the year, I believe. 2018, yeah, he just won a reliever of the year. 28 years old. Rosenthal. Go after Caps. Cisa wouldn't be bad. Tazawa is actually not a bad shout. I think I'm going to go after Tazawa. Definitely don't want a 5-year. Let's do a 4-year with the team option. I think that would help out. Drew Storen coming off 2 fairly good seasons. And we're also going to go after Drew Storen. Just trying to get some bullpen options. Shelby Miller still wanting $12 million. That's not a bad option for a starting pitcher. Probably would have went with him over Delgado, but yeah, coming off a really good season. Maybe we do offer him a contract. Shelby Miller, we're going to have to pass on him. For what he's done in real life, I just have no faith in him. What about Matt Cain? That'd be interesting. Coming off with a pretty good season, we're going to offer him a deal. Okay. So right now, we offered, so right now we're Upton Jr., Kane, Tazawa, Storen, Altuve, Delgado, and Caps. Happy with that if we get them all. All right. Miami having a trade. We are going to go to Kenta and Brett Anderson. Probably want to get rid of Brett Anderson if I can. Let's shop him around. I think he's got a decent contract. All right. Hector Oliveira. David Peralta would not be a bad shout. Not at all, actually. Ian Kinsler, we just improved second base. George Springer, who won a Gold Glove and a what's OSA touting him as? 63. Yeah, I think that's a lot more accurate. Just won a Gold Glove and oh, I swear he won a Silver Slugger. Somebody won both. I don't remember who. I suppose Chris Davis. JD Martinez. And go bring Troy back. I'm feeling this David Peralta on a decent contract. 19 or 17 home runs. We do have Tapia in left field, but he can play some right field. Just a solid player would be weakening their team a little bit. I mean, I guess Fred Anderson isn't terrible. Let's actually real quick just see what we can get for Kenta. Just in case it is more. Okay, so a little bit more interest in Kenta, but nothing really that suits our needs any better. Except for Corey, but we just shored up second base with hopefully Altuve. We go get Mar back, coming off a 2 rough seasons in a row, so it seems like that turned out to be a pretty good trade for me. We can go get Asuna. Okay, so I think we're going to pass on trading him. What about Bruce Rendon? Can we get anything for you? Looks like some prospects from the Cubs maybe. Gregerson, Kinsler. Seems like everyone's trying to get rid of Kinsler. Chris Davis as well. Austin Allen, Richie Schaefer, Greg Holland, and Aaron Barrett. Gonna pass again. So we're gonna wait a few days to see what happens with this trade. With these free agency signings. All right. And actually, we're going to go here. Oakland and Minnesota. Like I said, I only really look for teams that involve, I only look for, okay, Jose Altuve. That's a really big guy that I do want. I only look for trades that involve teams that play my division because, can I only do my division? No. That sucks. I might look through these and see if I can narrow down some of my news a little bit. Personal message. Dogan, I'm not a foolish man. Looks like you're off. I like the looks you're off. Great to hear. Let's go back. Oh man, I've eaten pizza all night, but I really want some tamales. And I feel like I've had hot sauce in my mouth, and it just like I want some tamales. So it looks like San Francisco is gonna ink Jonathan Salazar. Looks like he might be so not great defensively at all. But very, very strong power hitter. Greg Holland going to the Rangers. Compensation. Okay, so we did bring in Jose Altuve. Beautiful. Oh wow, I feel like this might be a good year for us. Bringing in Kyle Zimmer gives takes some of the pressure off of Forrest Wall having to produce. Right now it says that Profar is going to be the starting second baseman, but I think I am going to look to move Profar. I don't. Whoa. I swear I saw a name. Jan Mankata. So he's not as good as he seems like in real life, but still some pretty good. Jose Abreu, Cody Allen, Kipnis, Garnett, Brantley. Carlos Martinez and Michael Wacha, both 4 days and 2 days. No way. That would really kind of shore up our rotation. We'd have such a good young rotation for Profar. JD Martinez. Wow. Okay. I feel like we gotta go. I mean, Carlos Martinez is good. Having kind of an off year last year, or this year, sorry. Looks like he had some injuries though. Let's see if he did. Yeah, he missed 3 weeks. Oh, he missed 3 to 4 months. And his salary will go up to $15 million. What about Wacha? Outstanding repertoire. I feel like Wacha might be the. Oh no, awkward. I feel like Wacha might be the one to go for here. I mean, the scouting reports are good for both of the players. I guess we can look. So he's a ground ball pitcher. He's only got 3 pitches. Let's see if Wacha has 4. Wacha does have 4. He is a neutral pitcher. Interesting. Didn't have the greatest of ERAs, but he had the most strikeouts in the league for 16 million, 4 years left. If we can get a prospect out of this. Actually, what about Alex Reyes? You know, if we could add something. Oh, they don't have enough cap room for Profar. Profar's not even on that big of a, $11 million contract. That would have been so nice to be able to get Reyes. Okay, so Wacha, and let's get some prospects. Like, for real, though. Quintana? No, I'm going to have to pass on Quintana. Oops, I wonder why that does that. Cameron looks like a pretty all-out fielder. Again, another all-out fielder. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like this guy could be developing into a reliever. What if we can get him as well? Oops. Not Ian Anderson. How is Ian Anderson doesn't look too terrible either. But I think I'd rather have them. If we can get Ian Anderson as well, we can get rid of Tyler Nevin. Who doesn't seem like he's gonna okay to anything. Oops. Or we can give him Tyler Prescott. I think probably Tyler Prescott. So Justin Profar, Tyler Prescott from Michael Wacha, Cegis, and Ian Anderson. So rebuilding that. Trade for an MVP. What? When did Michael Wacha win an MVP? Maybe because he won the Cy Young last year? Interesting. Okay, well, this video is at 24 minutes, so I don't want to keep you guys too long. But I think we made some big trades this game, or this episode. Brought in Jose Altuve, so I feel like the team is much in a way better place than we were 2 weeks ago. I mean, 3 days ago, really. But my name is Thomas Hughes. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.